guys want to give me projection abilities? That would be awesome. Just because I'll look up random stuff while they're talking.
I at first thought you meant like vocal projection abilities. I was like, what?
Yes, the power of voice is strong.
Yeah, I was the first one to catch Pikachu this morning. I got like some kind of special thing for it.
Oh, gosh.
But this is the voice actor Q&A, right? That's all it is.
You are correct, sir.
Okay. I didn't know if there was another name for it. The awesome panel.
The interrogation hour.
So, you guys know how this works, right?
Because we don't.
We haven't been here before. So yes, you guys do the Q's, we do the A's. And so you can raise your hand.
And if I may say, what nice A's we all have.
Oh!
Oh, we got one already.
Boom.
Over there.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you yesterday, Johnny, but I didn't get a chance to.
Because of the whole
You have to
homeless
stand
thing.
up so everybody can hear you, and then we can also
I
ogle you.
wanted to ask you yesterday, Johnny, but I didn't get a chance to. But I know that some actors take acting classes to hone in their skills, things like that. But how do you get all these voices for all of you guys? I guess. I mean, they all have to be different. So you know, you all have different characters. Do you just stay at home and just kind of go in your bathroom and make weird noises, or how do
That's method one.
you were talking to
Kind of,
something-
pretty much, yeah. I mean, you do that. I mean, a lot of times, I mean, when you're doing things like this for long enough, there's certain characters that if you get cast for like this character, like a hero, I know exactly what they're going for, you know. But then occasionally, yeah, like I'll usually record my voice in different ideas maybe that I would have, and then listen and see which one kind of works, and then I would kind of like start talking like that for a little bit, usually prior to a session. But yeah, I guess. So did you?
God, how do we find voices? I don't know. I think it's kind of like when you read a book and you can hear the voices in your head when you're reading. That's kind of what happens when I read a script. Is just I see the words and I hear it in my head and then I just try to do it with my face. So that's what comes out.
Who asked the question again? Could you stand up for a second? All right. So could you just say this just in your regular voice? Just say, I'm very excited to be here today.
Very excited to be here today.
Okay, now I want you to pretend that you actually weigh 700 pounds. Your cheeks are really heavy. That's the picture we have. Really heavy cheeks. So make your mouth like that and say it again. Well, look at that. You found a voice. So But usually you get specs or a picture or something, and that way you look at that and you go, well, if I was in that body, how would my voice sound, you know? And there's other things too. They say, you know, they're very frenetic. They'll give you things like that. So now we know I'm going to talk fast. I'm going to be very frenetic, and I'm also sort of low pounds. So you know, things like that. So
Thank you.
you're welcome. Thank you.
All right, that's it. Thanks. Bye.
Good night. Oh yeah, we got one over there. Is a lady in green or a guy in green, or a person? They in green. I'm just playing it safe. Playing it safe, people.
So Johnny, a couple years ago, Todd told a story about how you almost died in an elevator.
I almost died in an elevator?
I'm sure you said you almost died from an elevator. Like, I guess you stepped off an elevator and all of a sudden it dropped.
Oh, I've had that. That's happened more times than, you know, like when you go to a lot of hotels. I'm trying to think of. He must be talking about. We were in Michigan. I was with the band, and you know that thing when you get to the floor and you're like, "Let's all jump," right? So there's a few of us in there, the band. We were in the elevator, and we all jumped, you know, to get that weird feeling. And then the elevator goes vroom, like that. Like it was like not the usual, like, "Oh, this is fun." It was like, wait, something's wrong. The door opened up and the floor was right here. It was like here. And have you guys seen Speed? You know, like when they're like, hey, let's crawl out of the elevator, right? That's like what we wanted to do and felt like we had to do because we didn't want to be stuck in there. And so we did that, but all I kept thinking is like, as soon as I get to this point.
Right.
That must be the story.
You just be Johnny Yo. So when I was in an elevator,
Yes, over there.
Can you say pom pumpkin?
who?
Leia.
That would be me.
Oh, okay. We're all trying to remember the animes we've done.
Yes, I can. Pumpkin Halloween cannon!
Yeah, you are 700 pounds in an elevator.
Okay.
You just jumped. Yes.
Yeah.
She's got good questions. Watch this.
Okay. Good.
Better
The
be.
pressure's on.
Yep. So, what are some of the more negative aspects of having a career in the entertainment industry that maybe people don't?
See, I told you.
Wow.
I'll go first. All of it. No, I think probably the most negative aspect of it is that it constantly challenges your own self-esteem because you're always looking for your next job. There's no permanent employment in entertainment. If you get say you get a series regular role on as far as voiceover, I guess we'll just stick with voiceover. Series regular role on a cartoon or something, even that, you're like, okay, we did 20 some odd episodes or 12 episodes. It's like, are we going to get renewed? Are we going to get renewed? And in the meantime, and in fact, there's a good example during this whole, we've got a little strike going on with video games. There was some LA Weekly author who basically bashed us, saying that, you guys make, your scale is $897 a day. And in the article basically implied that we work for that amount of money every day, 365 days a year, which would be awesome. But that is not real because we're always, you go in and you work for your 4-hour session and then you're done. And you may not get another job for another week, maybe 3 weeks, it depends. You can hit a lull and not work, get a good paying gig for a month or two. And then, so that's part of why we have to get those kinds of fees. It helps us survive. So as a good example, there was a girl was responding to that guy on Twitter, that writer, and she said, let me just explain to you that I'm on a Disney cartoon. I am the lead in this cartoon. We did 24 episodes, and now you do the math. That's how much I made that year. And do the math at $897 a day. It's $897 per episode. So you think about it that way. You guys can do the math and then think about that. She is not a rich actress living high on the hog. Now, granted, if she's one of the really popular people that get several shows and things, then you can actually make a really good living at it. But that is a tiny percentage of the entire union. So anyway, so you basically have to audition and not get attached to any of your auditions. And especially in voiceover, it's a little easier because you just look at them as like lottery cards. Like, I get my auditions and it's like lotto cards, and I'm just scratching throw. Or as I used to say, it's just like toilet paper. You use it once and it's done. And you don't think about it. And if it comes back, you're like, oh, money's in the toilet. So that's it for me, though. That would be the self-esteem stuff, trying to not take it as a personal reflection of you. So
I would say same. I mean, just the inconsistency of it. That's probably the biggest negative, really, for me. I'm trying to think of some other negative things.
the funny thing is, there's so much that's great about it.
Yeah, everything else is awesome.
I can't
Yeah,
because
just
somebody
the
just said it's
inconsistency
the way.
for sure.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. Absolutely.
Same.
And I always think about that. Like, I think, like, it would be like if you had to go get a job, like a regular job every single day. You know, like you're going out and you're like interviewing. It would be terrible, right? But, and I always think like, man, it's different, but it's kind of, that's what we do with auditions all the time. Any other questions? Yes.
How did you find your inner Ichigo voice?
Hichigo?
Yes.
That was, I didn't even know I was voicing that character. I was voicing Ichigo, and then in the script I saw, it came up, it was like white Ichigo. And, as opposed to not white. And so when Wendy Lee was directing me, and she was like, oh, and you're also doing this one too. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, well, what does he sound like? And I was like, oh, he sounds just like Ichigo. Well, Hichigo is the hollow version of him.
How do you spell that?
Ichigo, well, spell Ichigo.
E-I-T?
I-C.
Yes, I
I-G-O.
I just realized. Result.
Okay, there you go.
Yay!
Yeah, so the white one right there. This one here.
Oh.
What she's talking about. All right, so yeah, I wasn't sure I was voicing him, and then so whenever I heard him, I was like, okay, I want to try to do something a little bit different, because his attitude was a lot different, in the anime, as opposed to regular Ichigo. And so it was more, I just pitched him up a little, and they threw like this flanger over his voice, and then there's more cackling laughs. So yeah, I just kind of came up with it on the spot, not really knowing that I was going to voice that character.
Oh, thank you.
Sure.
Is that hand up?
Yes.
Let me see it. Let me see that hand. Higher, higher, higher. No, I'm kidding.
So Johnny, especially, I know that you've done work for Funimation while being an LA-based actor. So I would assume you're part of SAG-AFTRA if you're working in LA consistently.
Yes.
Okay. So
Is this
I
going
was
to be a union question?
yeah, specifically, so Funimation, at least to my knowledge, because Texas is the right to work state,
Correct.
they tend to do most of their work non-union. I was wondering how being a member of SAG-AFTRA